Little House on the Prairie has long been remembered as a warm, nostalgic portrayal of frontier life, centered on the Ingalls family and their struggles to survive and grow in the American Midwest. Based loosely on the books by Laura Ingalls Wilder, the series ran for 9 seasons and became a cultural staple, admired for its emotional storytelling and moral lessons. Yet beneath its carefully crafted scenes and wholesome image, there are moments that viewers rarely notice: subtle continuity slips, production shortcuts, and behind-the-scenes quirks that occasionally made their way into the final broadcast. These are not the usual bloopers where actors break character or flub lines. Instead, they are quiet inconsistencies that only reveal themselves when a scene is paused, rewound, and examined closely. Over time, fans have discovered these hidden details and debated whether they were mistakes, production limitations, or simply part of the charm of television made in a different era. What seems like a perfectly simple prairie moment often holds layers of production history hidden in plain sight. The show that defined a television generation, when Little House on the Prairie first aired, it quickly became one of television's most enduring dramas, running for 9 seasons and producing over 200 episodes. It earned widespread recognition, including numerous award nominations and wins, and built a loyal audience that followed the Ingalls family through hardship, growth, and change. The series stood out because it did not shy away from difficult topics, despite its family-friendly reputation. Episodes explored themes such as poverty, adoption, alcoholism, disability, racism, and even illness and death, which gave the show emotional weight far beyond typical period dramas of its time. While it sometimes deviated significantly from the original books, viewers embraced its storytelling and characters. The combination of heartfelt writing, strong performances, and moral storytelling helped it become a defining series of its era. Even today, it remains a reference point for classic television, often revisited by audiences who grew up with it or discovered it later through reruns and streaming. Behind the actor who shaped the prairie world, much of the tone and direction of the series was influenced by Michael Landon, who not only played Charles Ingalls but also served as writer, director, and producer for many episodes. His presence shaped the show's emotional identity and production style. Landon was known for his intense work ethic, often juggling multiple creative roles simultaneously, which gave the series a consistent tone but also placed significant pressure on him and the crew. Off-camera, he had habits that contrasted with his wholesome on-screen persona, including smoking, which was widely discussed by cast members in later interviews. His personal life also intersected with production decisions, influencing casting, storytelling choices, and even character arcs. Despite these complexities, he was widely respected by many colleagues for his leadership and creativity. His ability to balance acting, directing, and writing made the show uniquely personal, almost like an extension of his own creative vision, even when production demands were difficult or time-sensitive. Families on screen and connections off-camera. One of the most interesting aspects of the series is the web of real-life relationships among its cast members, especially those involving siblings and adopted family connections. Melissa Gilbert, who played Laura Ingalls, and Jonathan Gilbert, who played Willie Oleson, were adopted siblings in real life, a detail that added unexpected depth to their on-screen interactions. Other cast members also shared familial ties or close personal bonds that shaped their performances. For instance, Lindsay and Sydney Greenbush, identical twins, shared the role of Carrie Ingalls, alternating scenes due to child labor regulations. These overlapping relationships sometimes blurred the line between fiction and reality, especially for viewers who later learned about them. The cast often formed a close-knit group, resembling a real family during production. These off-screen dynamics occasionally influenced how characters interacted on screen, giving certain scenes a natural familiarity that may not have been fully scripted, but instead emerged from genuine personal connections. The physical reality of filming the prairie. Despite its picturesque setting, filming Little House on the Prairie was physically demanding for the cast and crew. Much of the series was shot on location at Big Sky Ranch in California, where extreme heat became a persistent challenge. Summer temperatures frequently soared, and actors wearing heavy period costumes often struggled with dehydration and exhaustion. Long filming days under the sun created difficult working conditions, and fainting incidents were not uncommon among cast members. Wardrobe elements like corsets, wigs, and layered dresses added to the discomfort, particularly for female actors. Some props and set pieces, including wagons and wooden structures, were not always stable or modernized for safety, reflecting the limitations of the time. These conditions contributed to the authenticity of the show's rugged atmosphere, but they also reveal how physically taxing production could be. What appears on screen as peaceful prairie life often masked a much harsher filming environment behind the camera. Storylines that pushed emotional boundaries. The series became known for tackling unusually heavy subject matter for a family drama. Episodes dealt with blindness, disability, addiction, illness, and emotional trauma, sometimes over extended story arcs. One of the most discussed examples involved Mary Ingalls losing her sight, a storyline that was both groundbreaking and controversial due to its long-term impact on the character. Other plots explored alcoholism, loss, and even child endangerment, giving the show a serious emotional depth. These themes were not always easy for cast members, who had to sustain emotionally intense performances over multiple episodes. In some cases, characters were permanently changed by these storylines, reflecting the show's willingness to evolve its narrative in unconventional ways. While audiences appreciated the realism and moral lessons, some actors later expressed difficulty with prolonged emotional arcs. These narrative choices helped distinguish the series from other family dramas of its era, making it both memorable and emotionally complex. Production shortcuts and creative reuse. Like many long-running television productions, Little House on the Prairie relied on practical shortcuts to maintain its schedule. Scripts and story ideas were occasionally reused or adapted from earlier works, including those from Michael Landon's previous series, Bonanza. This recycling of material allowed the production team to meet tight deadlines while maintaining consistent output. Some viewers later noticed similarities in plot structures and dialogue across different episodes and even different shows. While this practice might seem surprising today, it was a common industry approach at the time, especially for television created under tight budgets and fast production cycles. Landon's involvement in both writing and directing made it easier to repurpose ideas in ways that felt natural within the prairie setting. These efficiencies helped sustain the show's long run, even if they occasionally resulted in subtle repetition that only attentive viewers would recognize years later. Unexpected careers and cast evolution. Many cast members of Little House on the Prairie went on to have interesting careers beyond the show, sometimes in unexpected directions. Jason Bateman, for example, appeared in the series as a child actor, before later becoming a well-known television and film director. Richard Bull, who played Nels Oleson, had a long career in theater and film before and after his time on the show, bringing decades of experience to his role. Other actors transitioned out of acting entirely, choosing different paths after the series ended. The show also served as a launching point for several young performers who grew up on set, learning the rhythms of television production from an early age. These varied trajectories highlight how the series functioned not just as entertainment, but also as a formative professional environment for many involved. The cast's later successes and life choices add another layer of depth to the show's legacy, extending its influence far beyond its original broadcast years. Behind-the-scenes relationships and tensions. Although the show often appeared harmonious on screen, behind-the-scenes dynamics were more complex. Relationships among cast and crew included close friendships, professional respect, and occasional tensions. Karen Grassel, who played Caroline Ingalls, later discussed difficulties regarding contract negotiations and disagreements over compensation, which reflected broader industry issues of the time. Michael Landon's influence over production decisions also shaped workplace dynamics, sometimes creating friction despite his respected leadership. Personal relationships among cast members evolved over time, including marriages, separations, and shifting friendships that occasionally affected on-set interactions. These realities remind us that even the most wholesome television productions are shaped by human complexity. While the show maintained a family-oriented image, its production environment reflected the challenges of long-term collaboration in a demanding industry. Over time, many of these tensions softened into reflection, with cast members later speaking more openly about both the positive and difficult aspects of their experience. Looking back at the Prairie legacy, in hindsight, Little House on the Prairie stands as more than just a television series. It is a cultural artifact shaped by creativity, hardship, and human imperfection. The hidden bloopers, production shortcuts, and behind-the-scenes stories do not diminish its legacy, but instead deepen its historical interest. They reveal how television was made during a different era, when practical effects, tight schedules, and human limitations all influenced what appeared on screen. The show's emotional storytelling continues to resonate with audiences, even as viewers today uncover details that went unnoticed during its original broadcast. These discoveries remind us that no production is flawless, and that even the most carefully crafted scenes carry traces of the people and conditions behind them. Ultimately, the series endures not because it was perfect, but because it was sincere, ambitious, and deeply human in its portrayal of life on the frontier.